Assalamu alaikum students, this is Sir Abdul Samad Khan, and today we are going to learn some other topics from the chapter Common Fractions for grade 6 Matriculation. So let's get started. Okay, addition or subtraction of fractions. How can we add or subtract the fractions? Number 1, the sum or the difference, that means addition or subtraction, of fractions having the same denominator is equal to the sum or the difference of their numerators. This is the first condition. But we don't always have fractions with the same denominator. In such case, we perform the operation of addition or subtraction by taking the LCM of the denominator. As we all know that there are two kinds of fractions. First condition is when the denominators are same, and the second condition when the denominators are different. So we are going to learn about the second condition, that whenever the denominator values are different, so how can we add or subtract the fractions. Let us learn this with the help of some examples. Okay, example number 1. Okay, we have the question like 72 divided by 22 minus 16 divided by 33 plus 2 divided by 66, and we have to ask to simplify this question. If we see that the values in the denominator are entirely different, one is 22, the other is 33, and the third one is 66. So we have to apply the second condition, that we have to take the LCM of these three numbers. Okay, now we have to find out the LCM of 22, 33 and 66 first, which is equal to 63. As we can see on the right hand side, we have taken the LCM of 22, 33 and 66 simultaneously. So we have the answer 66 as the LCM of these three numbers. Now what we have to do, we just have to solve these fractions like the first denominator is 22. So we have to read the table of 22, that in the table of 22 when this number 66 comes, and the answer is 3 times, so we have to multiply 3 in the numerator and in the denominator as well. Okay, the second value or the second denominator is 33. The same procedure we are going to apply over here as well, that in the table of 33 when this number 66 comes, and the answer is 2 times, so we have to multiply 2 in the numerator and in the denominator as well. Okay, and the third value or the third denominator is 66, and we know that these two numbers are same, so 66 times 1 is 66, so we have to multiply 1 in the numerator and in the denominator both. Well, now we just have to multiply the values in the numerator and the denominator, like 7 times 3 is 21, 22 times 3 is 66, minus 16 times 2 is 32, 33 times 2 is 66, plus 2 times 1 is 2, and 66 times 1 is 66. Now if we see that over here we have the denominator same in all three fractions, we have the same denominator. So what we have to do, we just have to write the denominator once and the numerator as it is. Like over here, we just have to add or subtract the numerator as it is. So the first numerator we have is 21, minus the second we have 32, and the third one is positive 2. So if we subtract 32 plus 2, or if we subtract 2 from 32, we will get the answer 30, and as we know that 32 is a greater number, so we will have the sign of negative. Now 21 is with the positive sign and 30 is with the negative sign, so positive and negative function will also equal to the negative, so we have to subtract 21 from 30, that will be negative 9. Okay, and if we see over here that 9 and 66 will further cancel each other by the table of 3, so we have to cancel these two numbers by the table of 3, and then we will have left with, furthermore both the numerator and the denominator can be divisible by 3, as I have mentioned before. So our final answer for this question is minus 3 over 22. Okay, our next example is, okay, in this example if you see that there is a mixed fraction as well. Okay, so how can we add or subtract the fractions if we have the mixed fraction? First of all, we have to convert this mixed fraction in an improper fraction, as we have already learned in the previous lecture. Now we have to convert the mixed fractions into the improper fraction first. So what we have to do, we just have to, how can we convert the mixed fractions into the improper fraction? We just have to multiply the denominator with the whole number, and whatever our answer will be, we just have to add it with the numerator. So 15 times 1 is 15, and 15 plus 3 will give us the answer of 28. So this is our improper fraction. Now the whole procedure we will have to follow as we have followed in the previous slide. Like over here we have only two denominators, 6 and 15. So we have to take the LCM of these two numbers. Now we have to find out the LCM of 6 and 15, which is equal to 30, as we can see on the right hand side. Okay, so one more thing, that any value that doesn't have the denominator, it always contains 1 in the denominator. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to read the table of 1, that in the table of 1, when that number of 30 comes, the answer is 30 times. So we have to multiply 30 in the numerator and in the denominator as well. Our second denominator value is 6, so we also have to read the table of 6. Then in the table of 6, when that value or 30 comes, the answer is 5 times. So we have to multiply 5 in the numerator and in the denominator. Okay, and our third value or our third denominator is 15. So we have to read the table of 15, that when in the table of 15 30 comes, the answer is 2 times. So we have to multiply 2 in the numerator and in the denominator. Okay, now we just have to multiply the numbers, like 1 times 30 is 30, 1 times 30 is also 30, minus 5 times 5 is 25, and 6 times 5 is 30, plus 28 times 2 is 56, and 15 times 2 is 30. Now over here, if we see like the previous one, all these three fractions have the same denominator. Now what we have to do, we just have to write the denominator once, and the value of the numerator, all these three values, we have to write as it is, like this. Okay, we just have to multiply and add and subtract these values now. So if we just subtract these two values, positive 13 minus 25, we will get the answer as okay, over here minus 25 and 56. We have if we subtract 25 from 56, we will get the answer plus 31. Okay, and then these two values are with the positive sign, so if we are going to add these values, we will have the answer 66 divided by 30. And this is our final answer, because 61 is a prime number and 30 is a composite number, so we cannot cancel both the values with the same number. So this is our final answer for this question. So that's all from today's video, and inshallah we'll meet you in the next video with some other topics. So till the next time, thank you so much for watching, and Allah Hafiz.